Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons streams where we debate the reality of how fast one can fall in Dungeons and Dragons, how fast one can chug a beer in Dungeons and Dragons, and how fast one can chug a beer while smoking and smacking a bitch in the face with a sword in Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome.
Yeah, dude.
No, but welcome everybody to episode 30. We've hit the big 3-0. And we're deep in the thick of it right now. But if you guys are all ready, we'll jump into it and get started. Last time,
I like it.
Pardon me?
I said deep and thick. How I like it.
Oh, stop it!
I swear we're adults. I swear we are. Sometimes. Anyway. Last time on Simply Another Band of Curiously Odd Travelers. Children, please.
last you put on the DBZ narrator voice. You said last time on.
Last time on. No, I do not want to be sued. Crunchyroll or Funimation. Are we there yet, Vegeta?
Mr. Stopper.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Rocks fall, everybody dies. And we went no further. Anyway, last time our party had dealt with a pair of temperamental elementals that had been trapped in a research laboratory for what can only be imagined is probably over a decade, so they were quite furious. And after doing a bit of scouting through the various research floors, finding a number of interesting arcane items, notes, as well as various remains of what was most likely a study hall or research laboratories of various types, began to ascend further up the inscrutable tower. The incredibly damaged, yet still aloft in defiance of gravity, after being directly struck by the falling meteor 15 years ago here in the city of Drakenheim. After climbing many more flights up to a wide open space that the party realized was most likely the library levels, the predominant majority of the tower itself, filled with near centuries, if not millennia, of information gathered by the Amethyst Academy. They had begun to realize that magic worked a bit differently here, given the arcane anomalies that had occurred due to the striking of the meteor. Being able to float through particular segments of this library segment, which helped quite a bit, considering the staircases and the platforms were also moving. Very much Hogwarts style, moving through the tower itself. So for several hundred feet, our party climbed and climbed, floating and jumping from platform to platform, soon discovering the pattern of movement of these platforms before coming to the break point. The breach of where the meteor had struck directly through the tower. And also finding a strange rope ladder between the two segments. Very out of place for a location that should not have been occupied for very many years. Why would a rope ladder need to be there? Unless perhaps someone else was present at this point in time. Utilizing said rope ladder, most of the party made it up with relative ease, but Chugrulk almost fell due to some of the arcane anomalies that struck from end to end, but given a joint effort between the group, he was saved from an otherwise most likely fatal fall from high above the city. Upon entering the upper half of this decimated tower, the party now finds themselves in the upper portions of the library segments. But they are not alone. as a familiar but unwelcomed presence seems to have made themselves accustomed to this upper half of the tower, looking about, looking for various items of information. You're not quite sure, but what you are sure of is this individual is a much more grotesque, much more corrupted version of Oscar Yoren, the malfeasant wizard that you all had encountered many weeks ago in the northwestern portion of the city. A wizard who had very little good to say about the Amethyst Academy, and upon discovering your association with them, tried to kill you last time. Now he's accompanied with what you could only imagine are the mutilated, corrupted forms of his former apprentices, as well as himself, seemingly infused with various chunks of delirium and strange magics that you don't recognize. But several hundred feet above you, some of you, remains Oscar Yoren in a mountain of various research information, and confronting you now, several huge, hulking, corrupted delirium dregs. As said before, most likely the remains of his former apprentices. But as he stares down at you all, preparing to receive you with the utmost of care, what would you all like to do?
So are we in combat right now?
Not yet, but as Chugrulk and Georgio attempt to ascend up the staircases, they are directly greeted by two of these three haze hulks. These monstrously huge, muscular creatures. The one you can see now, Chugrulk, directly in front of you, has two faces, in fact. The first, this scruggly looking, almost cauliflowered face in the front, and in one of the shoulders you see a more humanoid face. The face of one of those apprentices, but deeply deformed and looks to be in tremendous amounts of pain at all times, kind of pasted to the shoulder within the form of this haze hulk.
And we're all about 200 feet up, like all four of us in this corner, right?
Yes, you're about 200 feet up.
And this guy here is also 200 feet up, the one that's like in the middle, like square.
Yes, you can see that platform
So
is
he's not too
slowly
far away.
rising up.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna look over at I think like I'm gonna look over at Adagio, and I'm gonna have to like, I mean, we have to do something. Like we're getting closed in on.
About how long until they get to us?
Oh, they're right in front of you.
Yeah.
The
so
one
they-
is like 15 feet. They're on the platform. They jump
they're
down
next to us. Yeah.
from the upper platforms,
Right.
not caring about their safety, jump down directly in front of
Just
you.
straight-
I remember you said you like they took some damage. I think you rolled it or something. I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like I'm just gonna like go straight at this one in front of me with my blazing sword. I'm just gonna try and get it away from me.
All right. Well, if you're going to begin that strike, Chugrulk, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative for everyone.
Come on.
But as Chugrulk, you go to swing now at this haze hulk directly in front of you. Tim, you see this from far below, also staring up at Oscar Yoren on this upper platform, and as he kind of gives this sly grin as he begins to speak out this incantation from the highest point. But you are first to see this from afar. What would you like to do, sir? Just so you know, you're more than what you see on a straight line. You're 200 feet below the nearest person.
No. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
I knew that. Just double check something. I am going to. I don't think I have anything really to. I honestly, I don't think I have anything I really want to do right this second, because realistically, I think the plan is that me and Balsamic if we're still sticking with that, was that we were gonna magic door up there. So if that's the case, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna hang with him until we actually dip and go.
You can hold your action if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. Okay.
Okay. What spell are you holding, or what action are you holding? And what are the conditions of said held action? So, like, you know, when you teleport to where you're going, I intend to do this, just so I have that in mind.
New cost.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we get to wherever we're going, wherever the I guess the closest person's gonna be, I'm gonna cast probably Firebolt at them, realistically.
Okay. All right. As you begin to mutter the incantation, holding the energy before releasing that last burst of Arcana, we'll step down to the next individual in question, which in this case is Oscar Yoren. From high above, you begin to hear him continue this incantation as he looks down on the two of you, Chugrulk and Georgio. I've had about enough of you! You're associates of the Academy! I don't know what you've been doing with them, and I don't really care! And you see in his hand, as he's beginning to mutter this incantation under his breath, you see this softly glowing item. And it's a bit difficult for you to see, Tim, but Chugrulk and Georgio, you can see quite clearly, even at this 100-foot distance. It looks like a small chunk of delirium is in the palm of his hand. And as he finishes muttering this incantation, he crushes it in his hand before winging some small bead of Arcana directly into the center of you all, as he is going to cast he is going to cast Conjure the Deep Haze on your location, right between you and Chugrulk. Let me just confirm here. I believe it's 120 feet. Yeah, 120 feet. You watch as this bead lands directly in front of you, and this intense, thick fog begins to form, a fog that you're all too familiar with now, having gone into the deepest parts of Drakenheim, into the gardens, and were you not under the effects of Aqua Expurgo, you would begin to feel the contamination overtake you almost instantly. But that being said, you do have advantage on the save, because you do have the effects of Aqua Expurgo, but I do need a Constitution saving throw, as this round sphere of fog, nearly 40 feet in diameter and height, begins to affect the entire area around you. In fact, I have a nice little spell effect for you guys that actually moves.
Are you kidding me?
Whoa.
No, we getting fancy today.
We've upgraded, baby.
Wow.
Fancy.
Well, I think I saved. I mean, 23, I'd hope.
Yes, you do save.
We have
Oh,
advantage.
thank goodness.
and it's
You do have
Constitution.
advantage. It's Constitution.
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay, you're good. You do take half damage, but you don't take any contamination.
Okay.
And
What is half damage?
that's what I'm rolling right now.
All right.
That sounded like a bunch of dice.
Yeah, that sounded like a lot.
I hate that noise. Fuck.
Nope, not a fan.
Sounded like
He's
a
really
hand.
out here trying to kill us, huh?
Yeah.
He's been saying it.
Total damage, if you had failed, would have been 31
Oh,
necrotic damage. Half damage on that would be 15.
Oh my. Could not have taken 31,
do
so thank
you-
goodness.
Doesn't Chugrulk have a feat where you don't, or is it dex saves that you don't take damage when you?
I believe
get
it's your Shield Master
Mine's
dex save.
charmed. So I've got like,
It's
I've got,
dex saves. Okay,
yeah, yep.
bummer.
Yeah, it's like evasion. It's
I've
dex
also
saves.
got like immunity to critical hits and stuff, but like, yeah, nothing for this.
Just roll. Half damage, rolling 100 dice. Okay, so half damage, it's rounded down?
Yes, it was 31, so rounded down, that would be 15. And you are in an area of basically not it is you're not blinded, but your vision is heavily impaired.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. If an effect allows half damage or success, you can use your reaction to take no damage. No,
That's
Yeah.
specifically dex saves though, right?
I just thought it was say something about dex in there, but it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
It just that's
that-
all it reads.
Is that Shield
Like,
Master?
If an effect allows. Yeah, it says
Shield
if,
Master.
if
Let me double check.
oh wait, hang on. I can
If
click
you
on
were
it. It's
subjected,
got more
make a
information.
dexterity saving throw to take only
Okay,
half
yeah,
damage.
yeah.
You can use your action to take no damage.
Yeah, I figured it was dex saves. Because it's like evasion, but with the shield.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
that would
weird how it
be
doesn't give me the
a
whole
roguey
information
feat.
unless it's okay.
That would be
Yeah, no.
more people would take that if it wasn't just dex saves.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's good. I'm just making sure I'm not like misreading everything.
But you notice as this large amount of contaminated, basically the deep haze has now been summoned in this acute location, and you get the idea that if you remain in here, you will have to make that save every round. As the pocket of haze in this location now is severe and dense.
Yep, I definitely don't want to be staying here anymore.
Do the big guys take damage too?
They're already fully transformed.
Yeah, they're full aggros.
They are immune to the haze.
So you can get immune to the haze too.
It's got to become gross.
But with that, we will move on as you hear Oscar Yorn beginning to chuckle from the upper level. Let's see how long you can last in there, laddie. And then this one is going to dash. Where is he going to go? He's going to start dashing down these stairs. You know what? No, he's going to... Yeah, he's going to jump down about 50 feet, and he's going to take some damage, but he doesn't seem to care. Make a note of that. You definitely hear some crunching of bone and severing of ligament, but you don't seem to see him slowing down at all, as it just keeps running and jumping from platform, any available location it can to get closer to you, Cedric and Tim. But now he is about 140 feet away on a lower platform towards y'all. But now we're back to you, Cedric. What would you like to do, sir?
I'm going to point at him and just say peace and cast Dimension Door with me and
Okay.
me and Tim here, and we are going to zoop on up to Oscar.
Zippity zoop bop. You can go ahead and
Hey.
go ahead and move your tokens up there wherever you like. I need
Come
to
on,
look
Snips.
Hits him with the like snip fader.
Give him the snips.
Or are we going there? We can go up to 500 feet if you want to get right up into his shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with going into his room. Let's fucking, we could do something. We can fuck around.
Let's go up there.
We can fuck around and find out.
I'm going right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and just appear right in front of him,
Okay.
and
He turns and looks at you all, and at this distance you can now see his eyes are completely, what was left of the corneas, the pupils, are just completely replaced by these glowing octarine orbs. As he stares at you, his sallowed face looking even more grotesque, and you can see he's got chunks of delirium just wedged into his flesh.
I like this thought of us coming through a door, him turning, and immediately just getting blasted in the face by Tim.
Okay. Yeah, if you've got that held action, you can go ahead and get to blasting.
Oh, I
forgot.
thought blasting.
I forgot you held that.
You did. You can go ahead and drop your firebolt there.
Oh man.
Stepping through dimension.
25.
Hello. Bang.
25 definitely hits. Even if he were to throw up shield, it would be irrelevant. So go ahead and roll the damage.
All right.
So I started
7,
blasting.
and then with my my arcane firearm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
8. So that's yeah, so that's a
15,
15.
15 total. Give me a moment here. I've got to make a
Clean 15.
quick concentration save or conjure the deep haze.
Ooh.
Let's see. It's half the damage, so half of 15. Should be higher. So yeah, you can see, even though he takes this blast of fire that ripples over him, he's still focusing on this bead of arcane energy, and you can see the crumbled remains. You see this colorless dust has fallen out of his hand, the remains of the arcane reagent that he used to cast this spell. Not unlike some of the other research you've now seen utilizing delirium, Tim. You've just never seen something used quite so potently like this to directly conjure the haze.
Yikes.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Cedric?
I'm trying to drag my spiritual weapon and I can't.
I can drop it.
I was gonna throw it just right behind him.
Okay. Give me just a second.
And attack with it here.
I don't know why that's not working for you. It should be. You want it right behind him?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Are you able to
And
move that,
swing.
or? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can do that. I just
Okay.
can't.
That's a crit. Yeah, go ahead and roll that big boy damage there.
Hell yeah.
So.
Is that the
Ooh,
full
wow.
crit damage, or
16, 17, 19?
19 total? Ooh.
Yep.
Nice.
Another
Nice. Hell yeah.
solid strike as you slam your spiritual weapon, utilizing your divine energies to draw upon as you just club him in the back of the skull. Yeah, both of those, regardless of whether or not he could use shield, would be irrelevant.
Cool.
But with that... Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Does he keep concentration on that?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes. No, actually. His concentration
yeah.
goes down.
You
And
fucking
you
bonked him
watch
in the
as
head,
this...
brother.
Yeah, no, that
I can
that
cuss the
blast...
guy.
Yeah, you basically... Yeah.
That was
His
huge.
delirium eye fell out.
You watch as he
Fucking Looney
coughs
Tunes
up
that
and
shit.
almost goes down to one knee as you see this gritting of teeth, and what's left in his mouth is just this awful, like, missing rows of teeth in all directions, and what's remaining is just this sallowed, yellowed bone resembling the shape of teeth. But you are no longer in the deep haze, and you are able to see with relative ease Chugrulk and Georgio. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Cedric? My apologies.
I think that's all I can. I'm just going to move up one, so I'm further away from the edge, just in case.
Okay.
And I'll be good.
All right.
I don't know if there's anything that's going to happen, but I don't want it to.
All right. With that, our Haze Hulk Green Dot is going to move forward and is going to take 2. He's going to squeeze in right in front of you, Chugrulk, and is going to come down and try to slam both his fists into you. The first being a crit. The second one.
Immune to critical hits.
That's right. You are immune to crits. So there we go.
All right.
Still hits. Still takes the damage. The next one is a 15, which I don't think hits. Yeah, I forgot you were immune to crits. Still take the damage on that one. So we're gonna roll that real quick. Yeah, that would have been a bit more brutal.
Yeah.
I forgot you were immune to crits because of your armor. Yes. All right. You do take 20 bludgeoning damage as this first strike comes down hard, almost pressing you into the stone floor. Yeah, they almost rolled max damage on that.
That's
Fuck, dude.
Oh, good thing you can't take crits.
Oh my god, you'd gone down.
Dude.
yeah.
Dead, yeah.
That would have hurt.
That would have been yes.
But yeah, they are finished on their turn, and we are on to you, Chugrulk. What would you like to do? You just took a fat, contaminated fist to the face.
Yes.
Ew.
I'm going to. So this staircase that's like to the right of me, that's like aiming towards that platform. Is that in position to be like used, or is it? Yeah. Is it
You can see it slowly beginning to disconnect as the platform that your companions and Oscar Yorn is on is slowly beginning to descend, like closer to you. The platforms will change at the end of the round. Basically, they'll move, just mechanically speaking, so you guys are aware. So we'll adjust those separation, but for now they're connected. But you can see they're slowly beginning to separate as that circular platform is beginning to move down, as the one that was below it is beginning to move up.
I think because this thing gets an attack if I'm shooting if I move away from it mechanically, right?
Yes. You move outside of its melee.
I think I'm going to attack this green one.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go for a double attack, actually.
Okay. You do have 2 attacks.
Attack. Sweeping attack on this thing.
Okay, let's see it. Unfortunately, a 14 does not hit. Wait, hold on. Let me double check that. I'm going to make sure. No, a 14 just misses.
Right, but surely a 21 hit.
Absolutely, a 21 hits. As you miss the first strike, a bit dazed from the blow, but you come carving up, driving Ignatius up through the chest of your adversary. Are you summoning Ignatius? Or are you relinquishing his radiant energy?
I think I'm gonna have to at this stage, yeah.
Okay, so that'll burn your bonus action, is why I asked.
I was just reading into that then. So that gives me the 3 bonus attack, and it gives me the
on the first round,
4d6.
but that gives you the extra radiant on the 1 attack.
On the radiant, yeah. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm gonna click the right button. Sorry, this is something I did wrong all the time.
Okay.
So that's the
one-handed slashing, so that's 11, and then
I think it's plus 9. Is that right? What we figured out last time? Is it the number that's after the 13? The flaming?
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
The 11 is 1 hand. 13 is if it was 2 hand. The 9 is your
9 is the radiant. Yeah.
So for a total of 20. Yes.
20. Yeah. I just it always confuses me.
A solid strike as you dish back out what you just received, driving your radiant flamed blade up through the center of this thing's chest, digging deeply. But you watch as it continues to move forward, trying to club you again. But it definitely took a solid hit from your blade.
And so can I use my short rest? My second wind, or is that would have been my bonus action?
You use your bonus action to summon Ignatius.
No, that's I didn't need to use it. I was just making.
Yes.
So that is my turn.
Yep. All right. Next, Georgio, we're off to you. You hear this massive concussive force of this fist coming down on top of your companion to the other side of you. But you hear him cry out the blade's name as this radiant light jets out from the blade once more and carves up through the creature behind you. But you watch as this other Haze Hulk is slowly beginning to run towards the two of you. What would you like to do?
The yellow one's coming towards us.
Yes.
They're both on level with us now, right?
Yeah, they're
So this
basically sandwiching you to
Yeah, so
either
one
side of
them's-
this.
One of them's 10 feet away from me, and then one of them is 15 feet away from me.
Yep.
Okay. What happens if, because these are large creatures.
Yep.
If they are halfway, like if they were centered here instead of centered here.
Pardon me?
You see, like if they were centered here. So like you've got this guy. They're both fully on the platform that we're on.
Yes.
If they were 5 feet over to where they were half off the ledge, basically.
This one that you see in front of Chugrulk is basically like almost turned sideways against this column
Yeah.
of bookshelves. As he's basically like 8-9 foot wide. This
He's
huge
basically
shoulder.
already kind of halfway off.
He's not quite squared with Chugrulk. Which you kind of ascertain might have been why he missed his first strike, but or second strike. But this other one that's running towards you, they can still squeeze through here. It becomes difficult terrain as they squeeze through this hallway.
Okay. But if I'm saying if they were halfway off, because I can move them 5 feet.
Right. You could move them 5 feet. There's a railing here, if that's what you're referring to. There's a railing in the center here.
How high is the railing?
It's about 36 inches, about 4 feet off the ground.
And how tall are these things?
These guys are about 9 feet tall.
Okay, so if I could move them, would they fall off? Would they have to do
Potentially
a dexterity check or some sort of thing?
Potentially.
Okay.
It's plausible.
Okay. I get one of them. So.
Yeah, sorry
I
about
will
this
see.
watermark. It's kind of annoying. There is a column right here
That's fine.
between
Yeah,
you
that's
two.
fine. I can see well enough. I understand.
Okay.
It's the same as this, right?
Yeah. It's the same size. Basically identical.
Yeah. Okay, so can I step into the same square as Chugrulk for this? So he's just made his 2 attacks, he's swinging his sword, and now I'm stepping in underneath, basically. Or
I would say it would be difficult. It would make your swing a bit. I would probably add more to their AC because you're squeezing 2 large creatures into a 5-foot space. You're on the large end of a medium creature.
We're all very big, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is also a big creature, so yeah, it kind of cancels out. So I would allow it.
Okay. Then I think this one is more of a threat because we could get away from the other one. Yeah, I'll step forward.
Okay.
To share space with the Chugrulk.
Got it.
And then I am going to check this. Let's see. Yes, damn it. Yeah. Okay. I will try to punch it.
Okay.
So we are just going to roll 1, and I've got a 15 plus a bunch.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits.
Plus 9, yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24 definitely hits.
So this will be 24. It'll be 1d8 plus 5. My d8 is going to be 3, so 8 damage total.
8 damage total? Okay.
8 damage total in the first of my 2 attacks. And I will use my Crusher. When I deal bludgeoning damage, I can move something 5 feet.
Okay.
So I will attempt to shift it to the right.
Okay. And is that medium or large, or what's the wording on it?
So let me get back to it. I think it's anything
as long as it's not
more than one size larger than me. But
gotcha.
Let me check and make sure. Let me read it. Just make sure.
I think that's what it says. I'm
when
just
you hit a creature with an attack.
Yeah, that's what shove is.
Provided the target is no more than one size larger than you.
got it. You're good.
So,
I dig it.
So I will move it to the right 5 feet. It takes 8 damage. Or
Okay.
something like that, and then.
All right.
I won.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a deck save as there is a railing there. If there wasn't, then yeah, he would definitely just fall off.
Okay.
But yeah, as he goes to grab onto the bookshelf, as you basically backhand him towards the center of this open foyer area, and he does not succeed.
Yes. Get out of here, bro.
Bitch slap that bitch.
He tumbles ass over tea kettle over that railing pretty severely. He rolled a 2.
I wish it was in that one. That shit would have been fucking great.
So basically, you all watch from the upper platform as Giorgio basically almost running jump forces himself across the adjacent bookshelf with the full force of his forearm and smacks this creature to the side of the face. And you watch it go tumbling off of this ledge, moving over, and it's going to take a lot of damage. So, yeah, 200 feet. That is 20d6. So,
you literally asked the exact thing I was talking about, or I was thinking about, Brad.
Yeah,
20.
So like I'm just gonna push this bitch over the over the edge.
Right.
Fucking Christ, dude. 20d6. Rad.
In fact, why don't you roll it, Giorgio? Since you're doing the damage, I'm gonna make you roll it. Just do it. Okay. You can do it physically, or you can do it on the digital. It might be easier to do it on the digital.
I've got 4d6s, so
okay.
Easy.
Because I've got
5 rolls.
Can I? It's 20d6, so I'll do
it's
this
20d6 because he's falling 200 feet.
So this is going to be 16.
If you just want to tell the numbers, I can just
so
copy
16.
them too.
And then this is 6 and 9, so 9. 5. And so
Nice.
16 again. This is going to be 10 and 17. So 16,
more, right?
9, 16, 17, and the last one's going to be 5 and 7. So that's going to be 12.
Okay.
Rad.
70 total.
You watch this the nearly 10-foot tall creature turn into a 10-foot wide puddle on the ground.
Flat. Fantastic. Love that.
Think of the end of Dread.
Pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love Dread, man. I wish that movie fucking did better.
It is
Shit.
a gruesome purple pile of pus on the ground.
Yep. Gross.
But they are no more.
Okay.
Goddamn. Monsters are no good. Ah! Worthless. You're worthless more as your meat sacks than you are as apprentices. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Chugrulk, are you good with this other one?
I'm very unhealthy. I'll say that, but
That's true.
I'm not. I can't with confidence say that I'm good for anything because of the hit that I just took. If I took another one, I'm dead.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Dude, that's such a funny way of putting it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my first of 2 attacks. I've moved 5 feet. If I do, let's see. Does this? Where is it? Okay, I've got 3 left. If I use 1, then that's a bonus action. Okay, so I am currently on level with. Oops, I meant to do this. I am currently on level with this staircase, right?
The bottom of this staircase. It's going upwards, yes. But it's slowly disconnecting. Between you and the platform that Oscar is on, it is about 100 feet.
Okay.
Of this sort of switchback. It's not really. It's basically like a switchback staircase, so you're only seeing like the topmost portion of it. As these accordion-like stairs are slowly moving in the opposite direction.
I'm gonna let's see. Because if I get on that, it's gonna start going down.
You can see at this distance, as you're kind of turning to look at this other creature behind you, that it's slowly dislodging from the topmost portion of that accordion-like switchback stair, and the platform above is likely beginning to break free and move downward.
Okay. And so is the staircase? I'm sorry. Is the staircase going to move with it, or does it like?
Give me
it's just moving a different way.
Give me a quick perception check.
8 and perception is 6, so 14.
14. It's hard to say in this quick moment here. What you see, you can definitely tell the platform's breaking free and moving, but you're not quite certain where the stairs are moving to.
Okay. I don't want to leave Chugrulk there. I'm gonna die too, though. So it's like, guess just don't get hit. Okay, I'm going to bonus action telekinetic leap, which takes one of my psionic dice. That gives me 60 feet of flying speed.
Okay.
Where's my dice? There it is. 2. Firm. And I'm going to jump to here. And I'm going to get on the staircase.
Okay. You get about 2/3 of the way up the staircase. You said it's about 60 feet?
So I want to stay at the edge of the staircase. I still have my second attack, and I'm going to hit this one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're jumping on the same level.
I'm getting onto the staircase. I'm getting on the staircase. I just want to say I don't want to try and have to squeeze through it. You said it's like
right between the two of them. Yeah,
I don't know if I can because I already moved 5 feet. Then
Yeah, you'd move 10 feet to move 5 feet.
All of my movement to get here, so I'm going to just jump over the railing.
Got it.
To land on the staircase, but still in range to attack this.
Got it.
And then I'll use my second attack.
Go for it.
Just to try and hit this one. That's going to be a 17 and 9, so 26.
That definitely hits.
Okay. So it's going to be another 1d8 plus 5. Cannot move this one, unfortunately. So it's a 4 and 5, so 9 damage on this one.
9 damage. Okay.
And this is the first hit that it's taken, I think, besides the damage it took whenever it jumped, right?
Yes.
Okay. At least now it has to make a decision. Bonus action, so I saw my action. I'll be okay. All right. Good. That's it.
Okay.
So I'll stay here, and then if the stairs take me away from Chugrulk, the stairs take me away from Chugrulk.
The haze hulk in front of you. The haze hulk in front of you turns, seeing both you and this other creature swinging a flaming sword. These aren't the most intelligent creatures. They're just attacking whatever's easiest and closest in what it perceives to be the first thing it can hit. So it's going to swing both times at you.
Okay, good.
First strike is a 1 as it swings and slams its fist against the bookshelf, just crushing into nothing. But you watch as pages of scrolls just scatter into the air and slowly float around like debris in a space shuttle. And the second strike is a 14, which I don't think hits. Yeah, both strikes. The second one comes down. He slams the huge, like, oversized Hulk-like fist down into this marble floor and misses completely. Tim, we are back to you. At the top of the round, you feel the platform that you're on, like, slowly dislodge, and you're kind of steady yourself. Not enough to dislodge you and kick you off, but you feel it slowly descending as it does so, and it's going to move about 25 feet down. So I'm going to change that to...
But we're all still in the same, like, we're all
Yes, you're still on the platform. Yeah, you're still, gravity's still holding you to this platform.
Okay.
Giorgio, the stairs that you're feeling right now are slowly beginning to turn 90 degrees counterclockwise. The other way to basically allow the platform to reconnect with the bottom as it kind of moves the other way, but it's not actually moving up or down, it's just turning.
Okay, so the platform's coming down to be on level with where I was.
Right. So right now you're basically, even though the stairs isn't right there, you're kind of right about here. Yeah, you've kind of moved about 5 or 6 feet to the right. Okay. Yeah. So it's basically spinning because the exit on the top and bottom are on opposite sides. So basically it's spinning to meet at the bottom is what you gather. But yes, Tim, we are back to you. What would you like to do, sir?
I am going to cast. I just want to make sure. Matter. I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath at level 3. Adam, I'm gonna use acid.
Okay. You watch as you go to make this spell, and just as the words begin to utter out of your mouth, you hear this quick incantation. He's going to counterspell you.
Okay.
As you feel the movement of the words just break in your mouth as the incantation snaps in front of you.
Okay.
There'll be none of that today, laddie. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, and then how long does counterspell last then?
It's just a single round. It's an instantaneous action.
They just did that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So because he counterspell, do I blow the spell slot or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then if that's the case, then I just want to double check one thing. Where is it? I had it in here. Oh no, it specifically says I have to use an action for it. Okay. Nope, never mind. I'm good. Then I'm gonna hold off then.
Okay. You still do have your bonus action. It just burns the spell that you were trying to cast.
No, the item I want to use specifically says I have to use an action to use it. It's not a bonus action.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay. No problem. At this point, Oscar, after breaking your incantation mid-cast, looks to both of you. I'll not be going back after they threw me out. They wasted my genius! You can tell the Amethyst Academy. Or better yet, they can learn it off your corpses. And he is going to cast... let's see here. He is going to cast... Yeah, he's going to use Delirium Blast on you two. Give me just a moment here. As you watch, kind of like Vegeta style, push the two hands together, and you see on his wrist there's a chunk of delirium buried directly into kind of his carpal tunnel vein there, and you watch as it slowly begins to disintegrate as this energy pools up between his hands as he points it at the two of you. Give me just a moment. Man. Again, the fact that these are kind of out of order is a little annoying. I should have highlighted them. I didn't want to use the book because I didn't want to have another thing on my desk, and now I'm kind of regretting it because I have them all highlighted and coded on that book. Yes, I need an intelligence saving throw from the both of you. As you feel this blast of arcane energy spread out like a cone in front of the two of you.
Damn.
All right. Oh, shit. Dropping dice. Not the good kind. All right.
Oh, that's a lot.
Not a great roll.
Good, good.
That sounds wonderful.
Two more there. That is 26 psychic damage.
How far away am I from them?
You right now are about, I would say about 70-ish feet away. You're right at the bottom of the stairs. It's beginning to turn. Between the actual bottom of the platform and where Chugrulk, basically where Chugrulk is to where they are, is about 75 feet at this point.
So I'm a little bit, just barely closer. Okay.
Right. And then...
I used my reaction to reduce it by 5.
Okay.
Nice.
But that would be half for you, Tim, because you did succeed, so it's half of 26.
Okay, that's cool.
But Cedric, you take the full psychic blast of this, and you
Correct.
also take, you get 1 level of contamination. So I need a D6 roll from you, sir.
Okay.
3, you do not mutate, but you do
Damn.
currently have 2 levels of contamination. So with level 2 contamination, your hit points regained by expending hit dice is halved. So if you were to take a short rest later with these 2 levels of contamination, your hit points that you can maximum, so if you were to roll a 10, you would only get 5 back.
That's fine.
Okay. But that's the only effect right now. But you
I'll
don't
try
gain
to
a
remember it.
mutation.
Okay. I'll add 2 points of exhaustion then to remember.
Let's see. Is there anything else he's going to do? No, because he cast a spell there. No, he's just going to shout down to the 2 remaining Haze Hulks. You dumb buffoons, get your asses up here!
Oh, sorry. Not that.
And then we are going to jump to the red Haze Hulk, which is watching you two teleport is now severely confused. And as it turns, you see like the face of that thin mage sort of just disfigured and misformed, the lower jaw missing, as he begins to run and run and run, and he's going to take a jumping leap and try to grab onto the adjacent railing from above to try to bring himself up. God, rolling really shitty. Let's see, does he fall off the railing?
Oh my god.
He doesn't fall off the railing.
His foot's too fucking big.
Yeah, he just basically like hits it at the wrong angle. But he doesn't fall off the railing, but he does take a little bit of damage there. Just barely able to grabbing through as you watch like the muscle kind of like tear off of the socket a little bit as he's just forcing his way up. But he is now about 175. Doesn't quite get up as high as he wanted to the level that you are on, Chugrulk. But he does manage to claw his way up to one of the upper levels. Just not as far as he wanted to. All right. But with that, Cedric, we are back to you. You just took a massive blast of psychic energy money shot. What would you like to do? Sorry.
Don't like you calling it like that.
Like a money shot?
I gotta go take a shower.
Directly behind him, are those benches? Are those bookshelves?
They're like tables. Just like trolley cart tables with casters on them.
Okay.
With a variety of vials and reagents and things. Just movable like workbenches, basically.
Are we in like a room, or is this like a band? Like I just like, is this like a room with walls, or like?
No, this is a banistered platform. It has like a 48-inch railing that extends up, just like the rest of the central, the unmovable portions of the library.
Outside.
Yeah, they're just like the platforms you saw below. They're identical, but yeah, we didn't really discuss it much. But yeah, there's like a 4-foot tall railing around all these platforms.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to knock him prone.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna just shield bash him essentially, and just attempt to knock him prone.
Okay, is that a feature you have that lets you do that, or are you trying to?
Anyone can make an attack to knock someone prone.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's athletics versus a dexterity save.
Gotcha.
Just like a trip.
Yeah, just like a trip or.
So it's
whatever.
it's your athletics versus his acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah, you can shove someone as a special attack.
Got it. To instead of your attack, you're basically
you can
a shove
either
action.
knock him back 5 feet, or knock him prone. Your choice. I'm gonna attempt to knock him prone.
He also rolled a 13 dex, so that's another one.
I think it. Yeah. Damn. Okay.
So yeah, or he meets it, he beats it. So
Yeah.
you go to shove it down, but you see, I mean, despite the fact that he is essentially a mage, he is quite large.
Just stout.
He's just stout. Yes.
Big boy.
It's like
Very
shoving
rotund.
rotund is a great word. He's very bottom heavy.
Let's be kind.
Rotund. I feel like that
This
sounds
guy?
so much
Fuck
worse.
this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be kind to this guy. Fuck this dude.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Cedric?
Pause.
I'm definitely gonna go ahead and hit him with my hammer, hopefully.
Okay. Well, you used your action to shove, correct?
Yeah, it's a special. I mean, my spiritual weapon. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, because, the shove action, it's not like Baldur's Gate where it's a bonus action, which is so broken, by the way.
11.
Mm-hmm.
11, unfortunately, you go to strike, and it slides off the shoulder, and you see this shimmering magical energy kind of protecting him. Not unlike some of the other mages you've seen around this similar sort of casting. You get the idea that he has some sort of mage armor up.
Okay. And then, just so Tim and I aren't next to one another directly, I'm gonna go ahead and just move to the other side of him while all this is happening, and
Okay.
just be over here.
Gotcha. All right.
And then
Well,
I'll end there.
all right. Well, the green haze Hulk is now a green and purple pile of shit on the ground floor. So, back to you, Chugrulk. What would you like to do?
Yes. Well, I'm very afraid of that staircase now that the yellow one's made its way there.
You notice that this staircase is basically turned perpendicular. I know it doesn't show, or parallel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was
Just
thinking
run.
like my athletics. I did it like further down. I mean, I'm thinking about jumping onto this staircase. Was my big thing. So what distance would it be? Roughly like 10 feet from where I'm.
To get to the
10 feet
staircase where you are right now, I mean, right now
Yeah.
it'd be a lot more difficult because the lower portion that Georgio is on right now is completely facing the opposite direction from you.
Right,
The
that's the
other
lower side.
Right.
That's the lower side.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd have to jump another like 10 feet up in addition to the
Yeah.
distance to get to it.
is.
You can certainly try it, but it's not going to
that's
be an
fair.
easy roll.
I thought it was
Just
like
run.
the opposite way around. Yeah.
Just run away from the big guy.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go north.
Okay.
What have I got? Yeah, I'm just gonna go like my movement north.
Staircase
Okay.
is pulling me away. He's very far from you. Just
Yeah. I think like I mean I'd love to be more impactful, but I'm on now, man. I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Here.
Do you have any potions or anything? You could certainly use
No,
that.
That's that's not unfortunately.
Okay.
That's
You have none?
Potent
I've got
portables.
Yeah, I've got like a-
Potables.
I've got like that guy's ointment, but I think like
You could use that.
yeah, I'm not sure like how much that gives me.
I believe it's
Um,
2d8 plus 2, if I remember correctly, per usage. I don't know how many charges were left in it. But each charge is usually 2d8 plus
2d8 plus 2 sounds right, which is
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It's I've got
Indeed.
3 uses of this.
of the Keegamon's ointment, or
I don't think
Keegatham's.
I've used it more than once, if at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've
I
definitely
haven't
like,
used mine at all. I forgot about it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that on actually. Good call. So that's,
Okay.
can I use more than one use of it or just one at a time?
Each charge takes an action.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll just use.
If you had action surge, you could, but I would not recommend doing that.
Yeah, no, I'll just use the one. I'll just heal for the 11.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Georgio, we are back to you. You're on a rotating counterclockwise staircase about 70 feet below the platform, and it is slowly falling downwards towards you, but it will take a bit of time to get there. What are you doing, sir?
So the staircase is short on the map, but it's a roughly 100 feet of stairs. Yes.
Switchback is because there's a little bit of extra added. Yeah, it's about 100 feet to get all the way up and down the stairs up to that platform where it's at now.
Okay. So I'm going to move my full movement up to as high as I can go on the staircase, which is probably going to be a little bit less than halfway. As it spins.
If you dash, you would go 60 feet up, so you'd have it like another 30, 40.
I'm just going to just do the 30 just to get up.
Okay.
Because as it's spinning, I want to be higher than the big thing.
Right.
And the more it spins, now I'm on the complete back. It's kind of like how it was for Chugrulk. Like,
got it.
I
see where you're going with this.
Thinking it would be just safe so that it doesn't come at me.
Right.
And then I will be higher. I think once it finishes spinning, the way that I can tell, it's going to end up being connected back to the platform now, but the platform will be at 200 feet, and I will be above it. I'll be right.
Yeah. Right now, I'll put that next to you, so we know you're about 240.
Okay. Cool. And so I'll stay there, and then for my action, I also will consume a healing potion.
Okay.
Do greater. Yeah, greater 44 plus 4. Where's my D4? Ouch. That is. This one is 1, 3, 3, and 4. So that's 8 and 3. So 11 plus 4. Is that right? My 1, 3, 3, 4 is
sounds
11
about
points, right? And then 4, so 15 back. Great. Heal that. And now. Okay, cool. Keep reaction. And might as well bonus action second wind right now. So 1d10.
Bump in that healing.
9. Yeah. 3 and 9, so 12 more. Cool.
Nice.
I am feeling all right.
All right.
That's turn. I'm holding on to my reaction.
Cool. This yellow haze hulk is going to chase after you. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's going to chase after you, Giorgio. Watching you run up, seeing this staircase turn as it can't directly jump on or run up the staircase as it's turning, it's going to step back about 5 feet and take a running leap at it. Doing much better than its companion as he just Hulk leaps up. And you watch as he grabs onto the railing right on the same level as you. But he's going to have to use... That was his action to get up there. But he is clawing at you as he grips onto the railing, going to swing at you as the first opportunity. But that is his action. Tim, we are back to you, and you watch as this platform drops another 25 feet at the top of the round here.
Okay.
So, Giorgio, you're very close now as this thing's almost completely made a 180-degree turn to the point where the topmost portion of this platform is now coming closer to... you see this segment of the stair? It's kind of almost halfway in between of where it was before, so you'll be able to step off very easily on the next round. Basically,
okay,
your
step
next
off onto the platform.
Yeah, it's not quite perfect, but it's close enough that you could easily jump, especially with your size and athletic ability. But you're also within melee range of a Haze Hulk, so
yeah.
But Tim, on to you.
Okay. Well, in case he tries to fucking pull some bullshit and counterspell me again, I am going to use my Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
And I'm going to summon the Force Ballista Cannon.
Okay.
Ooh,
Are you
I
gonna?
don't remember you
I think you should have
having these.
access to it. You should be able to drop it. If not, I'll
I
put it on the
forgot these
board.
existed.
The Force Ballista.
Let's
Hell
see
yeah.
it. I want to
You're
see
gonna
it.
send him to the other side of the fucking
Let's
world.
go. Yeah.
He's gonna end up in Chugrulk's lab.
All
Chugrulk
right.
readies an action to baseball bat his skull.
Can't counterspell class abilities. Let's go. I dig it. Let's go.
Okay. So actually, I'm gonna summon him here because when he attacks, it's a ranged spell, so I don't want to have him disadvantage. And yeah, I'm gonna have as my bonus action for him, I'm gonna have him cast just a ranged spell attack. So
Okay.
let me just double check because I haven't used the cannon in fucking
Hot minute.
time.
Yeah.
It's been a
hot
while.
minute.
I think it was the rat tunnels last time we saw this baby.
It was the rat tunnels, yeah, because I nuked the shit ton out of that one rat to the ceiling. That's right.
Just crawled in and confettied the rat to the ceiling. Yeah.
It says make a ranged spell attack, so I guess I
Okay.
just use my regular.
You would use your spell attack modifier. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if that's the case, then 27.
27. Shield doesn't do shit here. Go for it. Roll damage.
All right, that is going to be. Where are you? 2d8. It is 6 damage, and they get knocked back 5 feet.
Ooh. Very close as he slams into the railing, but still on the platform. But you can definitely see under the force of this ballista, that railing's not looking great. The metal portion on the top that holds the bulk of the weight, the steel decorative railing is definitely bent from the force of that blast. So that was 6 total damage?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I can't do anything else this time.
You watch as Oscar Yoren just grits his teeth. You don't look like one that would work with the Academy. Why are you licking their boots like a dog, son? Like they're going to help you. They don't care about you. They'll use you and spit you up. Why not work with me? Take an opportunity.
You think the Academy's using me?
You're doing their work, aren't you?
Boy, you are as dumb as you look.
Very well. You don't want to help? I'll just see that you, can find your way to the afterlife. I'll just do it a little bit sooner than the Academy would have done it. With that... He is going to... Is he going to start blasting, or is he just going to... No, he's not quite that dumb. He is going to Misty Step away.
Where?
Coward.
I don't know. That's the problem. You're still 50 feet up. Well, this one's coming up, so he's going to teleport. He's going to Misty Step over here to the platform as it's turning the other way, trying to run the other way from you all. Cedric, do you have, No, that's, you have Warcaster, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you have Mage Slayer. That's
I'm
the
the
one.
one with Mage Slayer.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. I get those two confused.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, he is going to dip out of the way, and then he's going to use his full movement to run onto this platform here. As you see him begin to pull an even larger delirium crystal out of his pocket. But that is his movement. And then this other Haze Hulk is going to, now that it's up on the platform, burn the little bit of his movement, and it is going to try to jump as he's trying to... you watch as Oscar Yorn's trying to swing his hand, trying to get this other creature to join him. Let's see if it can make this jump here.
Whee!
Yeah, with ease. As it jumps up here, landing up in front of Oscar Yorn, almost like a shield, slamming down these two tree trunk-like legs. You see this emotionless face with the lower jaw missing, replaced by just these tendrils sticking out from below where the jaw would be, stepping up. And it is going to, let's see, move a little bit more with the remainder of its movement. And then, Cedric, we are back to you. Let me change this real quick, just so we have a... I'm going to change the placement here.
Sure.
Sorry about
About
that.
how far away am I from Oscar Yorn now?
I'm putting the... There we go.
45 and then that.
Right, so whatever that delta is. You're almost level with him. I would just ignore that. Yeah, you're about
Okay, so
45.
About 45? Okay, cool.
I am
my
going-
friend. I would not recommend going over there. I personally would recommend staying back.
Agreed. I am going to go here and then cast Neutralizing Field.
Okay.
So me, Tim, and Georgio should all be in this thing where we can't encounter any sort of like necrotic damage.
Gotcha. This is one of
No
the
necrotic.
specialized spells. That's right.
Ooh,
This is one of the unique cleric spells from Drakenheim. So,
Cool, thank you.
what
Yeah,
is the
so-
radius on that?
It's 10 feet from me.
Okay, so 20-foot diameter, so 10-foot radius. So yeah, all three of you would be in this field as you feel this almost holy light begin to separate, and any remnants of the haze that you feel around you, any bits and pieces, just feel like it's almost like standing in direct proximity to like a like an air purifier for the first time, and getting that sense of just clean filtered air as any remains of the haze kind of just are dispelled and pushed away by this radiant field.
And then is a that kind of sucks actually. Yeah, I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
Level 3. And that will enter.
You use neutralizing field. Healing Word is also a leveled spell.
Oh, it is. That's right. Shit. That's a good point.
Damn.
Sorry about that one.
Even as a bonus action, I can't use it.
What about me?
Yeah, it can't be 2 leveled spells in a turn, bonus action or otherwise.
Yeah, it's just cantrips, right? That's
Like if it was an action to
Yeah.
cast a cantrip, yeah, you can't have 2 leveled spells in a turn.
Oh, right. Okay, then instead I'll go ahead and move my spiritual weapon down here and attempt to hit this this Haze Hawk that's right here.
You got it. Let's see it.
Let me go back to it.
I think they're getting ready to change that in the new edition to break up action versus bonus action spells. But
I
currently,
forgot.
yeah. 17
When's that
hits
estimated?
next year, I believe. Or late this
Okay.
year. Yeah. a solid strike, but you see this creature just doesn't seem to have much sense of self-preservation.
Bonk.
Bonk.
All right.
Yeah, and then that'll be everything.
Okay. Green Hulk is a puddle on the ground. Chugrulk, we're back to you.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I think I'm just going to use for this moment. Actually, I'm going to use both my ointments again. I think I'm just going to use my 2
The last 2.
actions. Yeah. I think like from what my health's like. Yeah.
So are you doing action surge? Do you do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do 2. Just
Okay.
'cause I don't really want to move, so gonna do heal for 18.
You still can move.
Yeah, you can still move. You just that burns your action and then your action surge action.
I just can't attack,
action and action surge. you
Okay,
can
well
still
then,
move if you
in
want
that
to.
case, I might move to closer to the bottom and just. But I think that's about it.
By the end of the next round, this platform here is going to be level with Chugrulk, yeah?
Yeah, very close to it.
So then it would be a jump if you want to get over here, so that's probably good.
Georgio, we're on to you. You have this Haze Hulk climbing in through the railing, trying to grab at you. What would you like to do?
First thing I will do is I will use my first attack, unarmed strike. I'm going to kick it.
Okay.
As for flavor.
I like it.
And that's going to be a 13, and 9, so 22 to hit.
A 22 definitely hits.
Okay, I'm dealing bludgeoning damage, and so I will use Crusher to move it 5 feet.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I just
All right,
Push
let me
him back.
see.
If I need to roll.
How much total damage was that? Just to.
My damage, I can roll it.
Okay.
Is going to be 6 and 5, so 11.
11. Okay.
11 damage from the kick.
Right, because that may come into effect here in a sec. Again, he's holding onto the railing, so I will give him a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Well, he's holding onto the railing.
So I move him 5 feet.
Oh, you move him. Okay, I'm
move
sorry.
Him I'm
Oh, okay,
him 5
that's right.
feet.
Yeah, because he's not moving him into the railing. You're just moving him 5 feet
I'm just
up.
moving him 5 feet
Okay.
away, and because he's hanging on the edge, I'm assuming, as opposed to like teetering over.
Right.
the edge or something.
That's fair.
He's just so.
So you watch this time around as Georgio basically just
dude.
donkey kicks this Haze Hulk in the face. And he goes fallen. Just so go ahead and in this case that's 24d6.
What's that Blink-182 song? Down, 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 down.
Yeah, 24d6.
Can you do the math for me? 14 for the first.
Yeah.
This would be six sets of these. So the 14. This one is 15. This one is 9. So it's 3 of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This one's going to be 16, 19. This one's going to be 15. And the last one is 22.
Yeah.
94 damage.
He is a puddle of yellowish, purplish flesh down on the ground.
Right next to it. Perfect. A bigger puddle now.
Yes.
And now I'm going to turn.
Okay.
And with all of my rage, throw one of my hand axes at.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
Oscar Yoren. Okay, at 45 feet away, so I think this is normal, right?
Whatever your it'll tell you normal distance.
2060. So
26.
So
So
disadvantage.
This is disadvantage. Yeah, because it's long distance.
Okay, so we're rolling 2 of these. The lower one is going to be only 13.
13 total.
13 total.
Unfortunately falls wide as it nearly slips off at the top of the platform, but falls onto these stairs behind Oscar Yoren.
Okay, can I, using, two-weapon fighting, I can make another attack with my bonus action, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I don't get my ability modifier to the damage of
Right.
the bonus attack.
Right.
Is what it says. But so I'm rolling. This is normal
Yeah,
attack,
flat.
Right, you'd just be another attack roll at disadvantage, but you just don't get the bonus to your
Okay.
damage.
right? Okay, cool. Attack roll at disadvantage. The second one, and this one. Damn it. 14.
Unfortunately, 14 just misses. As the other axe slams against the railing and sticks into one of the wood posts just beside him, just missing at that point off to the left-hand side.
I'll yell in frustration, and that's the rest of my turn.
Well, the yellow haze hulk is a yellow puddle of piss on the ground. So back to Tim. Let me go ahead and roll this down, but what would you like to do, sir?
I was gonna push him off if I hit him with an axe.
And this one is rising.
I wanted
here.
it to work so bad.
This
I know,
one
that'd be
is...
fucking rad.
I should have moved. I should have just moved.
Oops, not 2200. That would have launched him into orbit. No, 20. This one's rising up as the other one's coming down. At this point, Giorgio, yeah, you're at a point midway where you could just easily step onto the platform your companions are on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, so I technically...
You're basically
sure.
whatever the straight line distance is.
Oh, so we're equal.
You're
Okay, I just wanna
almost
make sure
equal, yeah. Whatever the difference would be like 5 feet tops.
Okay, gotcha. All right. If that's the case, then I am going to crack out Fireball at level 4.
Okay. He is going to... Oh, you said level 4?
Yeah.
He's going to try to counterspell it, but he's going to have to roll for it because you're upcasting it.
Okay.
So you watch as he begins to speak as you're beginning to speak your incantation, you see this bead of fire form in your hands as you begin to flick it out. He's trying to make that same maneuver again. Let me double check and make sure he's within 60 feet because that is pertinent here. Double check. Yeah, you're both within 60 feet. So this is level 4, so he's got to roll above, I believe, a 12 in this one. Whoop. Messed up. He does not. He rolled a 10, so your spell
Fuck yeah,
goes
dude.
through. Let's see it.
Nice casting, bro.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's looking quite beat up and winded, and he does not quite get it this time. I think you have Fireball as a spell effect under your stuff if you want to pull it. Just tell me exactly where you want to put it, because you'll get both of these fuckers in it.
Let's fucking torch the room. Let's fucking put it right in the middle.
Okay.
Go.
Just for dramatic effect, you all watch as this bead of fire whips out from Tim's fingertips and lands directly between the two of them as it just... this concussive force sails out. Go ahead and roll 9d6. Let's see it. Because you're upcasting it, so it's an extra d6.
Hell yeah.
So that's why you said not to go over there.
I figured that's what was going to happen. He probably figured I was going to try to counterspell him again, too.
Wow.
I did. That's why I was like, yeah, no, hold on. I was like, please
let's
don't.
All right.
41.
41. How do you want to do this?
You just...
Well, the Haze Hulk's still around, but Oscar Yoren's fucking done. That was just enough. He had just under 40 hit points left.
Okay.
Well,
So,
that is a dex save.
fair.
I'm sorry, I didn't roll his dex save. My
Oh,
apologies.
fair. No,
I-
you're good.
No,
doubt he's gonna-
boo.
Fuck no, he rolled a 12. His fat ass ain't running away. You kidding me? Go away. Anyway, go ahead and roll. Yeah, 41. The Haze Hulk rolls as well. No, it got like a 7. Oscar is just ignited into a cinder as you hear this awful scream as this mist of delirium as the stones on his body are ignited, and there is a reaction to it. Tim, roll me a d6, please.
Okay. 4.
4. Roll me 4d6 damage. Just roll R, as there's an arcane anomaly that goes off as 4 of these crystals are destroyed and in the process release necrotic energy.
Just explode onto the fucking...
Yeah.
10. Sorry, give me like 1 second. Sorry, I heard like a noise. Hold on, sorry.
No, you're good. Let's see. I'm gonna move that real quick. Yeah, which one was... Yeah, this was the red... Yeah, red one. Okay.
There's nothing left but shoes when the fireball dissipates.
The Haze Hulk is still there, but just barely. I mean, it is looking awful.
Just a little charred.
Yeah, it is just screaming out in this incomprehensible, abstract, Horatius scream. But Oscar Yorn is a fat cinder on the ground.
Cool.
But, I mean, there's very little left of the Haze Hulk at this point. He is holding on by a hair. Oh, fuck, I got rid of the... Sorry. Got rid of the turn order.
Okay,
here.
I was wondering if I did something to...
No,
screw it
you're
up.
good, you're good. I just closed the wrong thing.
Sorry, kid's teething. Crying pretty hard.
yeah,
I just
no,
was like,
you're good.
just had to go check on him.
You're good.
So what was the second thing I was rolling for? This the crystals exploding or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Haze Hulk still survives both the blast, but just barely. It's holding on by a thread.
Okay. Oh,
Moving up, it is going
I'm
to...
not done yet.
Oh, okay, go for it. He's like, no, I'm not done yet. Let's see it.
You forget.
Oh, your cannon.
You forget my little cannon boy.
All right, let's see it.
He won't knock him back, but at least he can hit him.
It might not take much. Let's see what you can do.
Go ahead, little guy. You get a turn too. So it's just my regular thing. So, wait, is that?
A 27 definitely hits. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's see what you got here.
Oh God, 3.
Oh.
At this point, there's not much left of this thing. We'll just say, for the sake of brevity, how do you want to do this?
I just have my cannon just wind up, and I just want him to fucking just, since he can't be knocked back, I just want him to fucking shoot him, just like blow a hole through his fucking chest.
Right where you see this open maw of teeth and tentacles formed at the abdomen, your ballista bolt sails straight through, blasting just a probably 3-foot hole through this creature as it falls back onto the stack of remains that now slowly smolders on this platform. And we are out of combat for the time being.
Hell yeah.
You have a puddle of former apprentice / Haze Hulk several hundred feet below you, and the remains of a very charred, exploded wizard on the adjacent platform. What would you like to do?
Did any of his magical items survive the double explosion?
Let's go check it out.
Where you're standing right now, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Well, I would go over there.
Yeah, he running.
Yeah, go for it. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation check. Okay. Investigation's gonna be +6 to 9. Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a pile of parts at this point.
I've been here, fellas.
If there was anything,
Dave.
it probably wasn't magical and didn't survive.
Yeah.
Um,
Double explosion. That makes sense.
You can see there's definitely some things over on the platform, but you don't see anything in the actual body.
That was on his. Yeah, that was on his person.
Yeah, that was on his person.
Can I investigate the room just in here, since this is where we found Oscar? I'm just curious if there's anything in this room, but possibly.
On the platform?
Yeah.
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 One that we were on.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Ooh.
16.
16. You find 2 delirium crystals. In addition, you also find Oscar Yoren's spellbook.
Oh, baby.
Double neat.
Inside the spellbook, as you just quickly thumb through it, there are a number of spells here. The 2 that you saw, one Conjure the Deep Haze, a personally created spell by Oscar Yoren, as well as the Delirium Blast spell. I believe the Delirium Blast is level 4. Conjure the Deep Haze is a higher level than I believe what you can cast currently.
Yeah.
And you also find 2 other unique spells. Well, you find a number of spells. You find you find Counterspell.
Lovely.
You find Fly.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
And you also find a spell called, I believe you may have already discovered some of this information, but yeah, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you? I think you had already found some other information with a spell called Ride the Rifts, correct?
Yeah, he found
I
something.
think so. I want to.
I don't remember.
Someone did. I remember
Yeah.
that spell. We found it in what? Maybe it was last campaign in one of the rooms.
Yeah, I think it was one of the sessions before you had found it. Either way, you found it now. That's also in there. In fact, with that being said, as you're kind of looking at this spell book and you're thinking back on one of the research rooms that you had been looking in and some of the notes, the handwriting looks oddly familiar. Just perhaps a bit younger. You also see some notes in regards to a spell that he was currently working on, but it's not fully complete.
Okay.
But there is some additional information there to potentially research.
I will definitely be taking the book.
Okay.
I'll definitely take the book for sure, and then I'll let the gang know about the 2 crystals, and we can wrap them up, whatever the hell it's gonna be. We can do what we gotta do to.
Yeah, you get the idea that he
out.
was using this as some sort of arcane material for some of these spells. As you've seen, some of these contaminated spells require pieces of delirium as their casting components. Nevertheless, as you sort of congregate back together, after an intense encounter with this mage, you also find some notes on the table, several of which are referring to the Nexus. And you see in some of his notes referring to this space at the highest level of the Inscrutable Tower. Not far from where you are now, as you are at some of the highest points of the library. The only segments that you remember based on the information that Eldrick had given you above the library are the office of the Archmage and the Nexus. And some of the notes refer to how to reestablish said Nexus. You also remember in the mouth spell that Eldrick had placed on your ring that they had asked you to reestablish the Nexus as well. And that they would be able to assist you at that point.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what anyone else wants to do around here, but I say we keep on trucking and keep heading up.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I really don't want to waste any time. How long has it been since we've started, JJ?
I would say in total you're about 3.5, 4 hours. You're about halfway through your exposure of Aqua Delirium. Or not Aqua Delirium, Aqua Expurgo.
I am going to be honest as well. I've got a random message from my landlord saying he's heading around soon, so that's kind of put me on a bit of a thing. So I probably don't have as long as I thought, maybe about 45 minutes to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just thought I'd get you guys in the picture.
Up and up we go.
Yeah, so I was going to say, with that being said, I think we head up, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You head up the additional flights of stairs through one of the adjacent corners of where you would continue to go up. It's about 70, 80 feet upwards to get to where you start to get to the highest level of the library. And that's where the spiral staircases on each of the four corners of the library section begin to terminate. But you do notice that there is one more flight of stairs on this left-hand side as we're staring down at the map. I forget where it is in relation to north, south, east, west of the map of the world itself. But the left-hand side of the map here, you see that there's a singular flight of stairs that continues to go upwards. But all other staircases, all these other spiral staircases have terminated now on this final level of the library. And as you kind of step up, you see that there's these stairs in particular look a bit more ornate. They have a nice gold filigree. They're this beautiful, like, crystal white quartz with thin veins of onyx running through them. Not unlike the darker onyx, the opposite color pattern of the main structure of the tower itself, but just kind of a stark contrast to that outer portion of stone that you've seen most of the time thus far, staring at you in the horizon of the city. And as you kind of go up, you see at the topmost portion of this staircase that now only goes about 15 feet up, there's a pair of double doors there that greet you, that are these beautiful stained wood doors with gold filigree and fine-looking oiled brass hardware that are shut for the time being, but...
I would love to open those doors and walk right through.
Okay. You open the doors and a fireball goes off. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's how I go. It's how I go.
Right out the front doors. No, you walk into this much more ornate space. It is very open, almost like a... You remember, based on the sort of rough layout that Eldrick gave you, that this is likely the Archmage's office, but it feels less like an office like the one that you had your sort of war meeting with the Hooded Lanterns, and more like a greeting hall in relation. Like, it's this big atrium space, this tall, like 15-foot ceiling, very classy space that perhaps it was intended for discussions with high-ranking individuals. It gives you that sort of vibe as you step in. Beautiful polished floors, but there is a large, beautiful mahogany desk at the end of one of the space itself that expands the whole length and breadth of this floor. Is just this one giant open area, and then that staircase. There's another stair that's just a little ways off as well that continues to go up. But inside this area, you see a large arcane circle etched into the floor with runes of all kinds. And it seems to be docile for the time being. You don't see or feel any arcane energies, Tim. You in particular would know if this circle was active, having seen several of these in other strongholds of the Amethyst Academy and other teaching facilities that are connected to this arcane network. But you can basically tell this is some sort of large teleportation circle on this level. And I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. Wait just a moment here. There's also a large balcony you see at the south side of the space itself.
There's some evil shit.
And I know it looks like it's activated right now, but it is not. There's this sort of pony wall that goes around the whole space around this teleportation circle, but it doesn't seem to be active at the time being. And to the south side, you see there's an opening. You can feel, for the first time in a while, a movement of air coming from the outside.
How do we turn that thing on?
Yeah, can we go and look and see?
Sure.
We found some instructions, you said, right?
You found some notes from Oscar
about it?
Yoren. He's specifically referring to the Nexus, which, based
Got
on
it.
what you were
Okay.
given by Eldric, seems to be the highest point of the tower. But you imagine
Okay,
seeing
so
the
not-
stairs, it probably is not this level.
Okay.
This very much feels like a greeting area and or office. And you see over here to the upper portion of the main circle is a large, is that mahogany desk with various paperwork and things scattered about.
I would like to dig around in that, see what's
Yeah,
cool.
I can't drag my character token either. I don't know what's up with that.
That's weird. You did drop it onto the page?
No. I can't select it from the
What the fuck? Hold on.
PCS. That's, I don't know. It's weird,
Okay,
but
hold on. Let's see. Cedric. Shouldn't have been messed with.
I can imagine it was some sort of weird.
Let me change it real quick. I'm just going to save it to all players.
bullshit.
I'll delete it and then try dropping it again. Oh, or try dropping it now. I changed the category to be all players, but it should work.
It's letting me do it.
Not letting me do it.
What the
If you
fuck?
wouldn't mind, Brad.
Yeah, it was only you and me that were allowed to do that. So, but yeah, Brad should.
Did you
I just changed it to all players to see if that
Here,
fixed it.
I'll put it in. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Can you move it?
Yeah, I can move it. I just can't select it from. That's weird. Whatever.
Okay.
We're good.
Very strange. Anyway,
All right.
I
Well,
won't move
you're
you
on there now. But yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check, Georgio.
This is going to be 9 and 6, I think is what it is. Yeah, 6, so 15.
15. The 15, you find a number of documents discussing the clock tower, the cosmological clock tower in particular.
Okay.
And you see some correspondence between the several arcane engineers about fixing the clock tower. And inside of a sealed envelope discussing this matter, you find a number of things, including what looks like some sort of two-pronged metal flat piece of material. As you kind of move it around in your hand and tap it on the desk, you realize that it carries a resonance, like a frequency. And you've not seen one in person before, but you realize that this seems to be some sort of like tuning fork device.
Magical tuning fork. Cool. Okay. So documents in the clock tower, magical tuning force.
And you
Tuning
also find a small box filled with like a padding material, and inside that box you find a glass orb. Buried within it, a small shard of delirium.
That sounds like maybe what you call it? What's the word for the symbol of the guy? No, it wouldn't be, because the delirium happened after.
Yeah, it's weird that there would be something in this box with delirium in there.
It's funny you should say that as well, Giorgio. As you flip through some of the correspondent notes, you look at the dates. All these notes, several which allude to this crystal device, are weeks, sometimes months before the fall of the meteor.
Unbelievable.
That this particular crystal seems to predate the fall of the meteor.
Interesting.
Bastards.
And the one in particular that you find at the top is a correspondence to the engineer in regards to the cosmological clock tower. And it seems to be it was never sent, as it was in the process of being sealed.
Okay. Yeah.
And it is a response, it seems, to the letter that you found in the clock tower after dispatching the harpies.
The one bid you found.
Stating that, yes,
Yeah. Okay.
that included in this package is parts and pieces to fix the mechanisms of the clock tower, in addition to a purple crystal encased in glass that is meant to be the driving force of said repair.
Okay. So fucking around with delirium. Interesting.
It just seems odd that this existed before the fall of the meteor.
Yeah.
It also kind of matches with some of the notes you heard in the research level that some individuals were researching a strange purple crystal, but it was never directly called delirium. And the dates of the notes all predate the fall of the meteor. Lastly, in a drawer on the right-hand side, you find a small brass amulet. It's fairly unassuming, not very ornate, but as you pick it up, you feel somehow more robust. Like your body feels more invigorated as you hold on to it longer and longer. You're not quite sure what it is, but it seems to be in a beautifully pristine condition.
Okay. So how does it make me feel? Say again.
You feel more rejuvenated and like your body feels more robust, as if you feel like you just had a great session at the gym.
Yeah.
Like you just came out of training, you know, and you have that sense of you know, momentum in your step.
Yeah. You said brass or bronze? Did you say?
It's a brass amulet.
Okay, that's what I typed in. Okay.
But you're not quite sure what it is at this time.
Unassuming. Is it like? Is there any symbols on it or anything, or is it just a chunk of brass, flattened amulet?
It's got a flat main body amulet that's kind of ovular, and then the chain itself is maybe about an inch wide, and comes into a snap together mechanism, and it has a handful of runes around the main amulet piece, and then a handful around the chain as well. What they say, you have no idea.
Yeah, I can't. I can't remember. Do I know what the seal is for?
The seal for the academy?
Yeah,
for the Archmage of Drakenheim?
Yeah,
that it's called the Inscrutable Staff.
Okay, so it's not. Okay.
No, it's not this item.
Okay.
Shucks.
There's a note that I did not have in here. So.
But that is what you find. If anyone else wants to search, they are welcome to.
I do want to bring the amulet to Tim. I believe Tim might have a better understanding of what this amulet might be. I'll explain how I feel, and show it to him, and ask if you know and if you can read. If you don't know.
Yeah, definitely take a look. I probably don't know what's on it. What's the language on it?
You look at it. I'm sorry.
No. You go ahead, and I realize I could do something else anyway, but go ahead.
Sure. You look at the runes. Let me double check and see your languages real quick and see if you have it. I don't want to tell you what it is just by answering. Give me just a moment. I don't think you know this language. but you may recognize it. Just a moment.
I'll put it this way. If I don't know it, I can cast comprehend languages, and I can like
Okay.
touch it and like read it. I
Yeah,
could
it's
do
not
that.
a language that you know already.
Okay.
But if you want to either make an Arcana check, or if you want to cast some sort of means of identifying or reading these runes, go ahead.
I'll do Arcana check first, and if that doesn't work, then I'll try the
Sure.
comprehend language part.
Go for it.
19.
19. You don't know what this says.
Jesus.
Okay, then I will.
This is quite unique runes that you've not encountered before.
This is quite unique. I've never encountered this before. So then I'll cast comprehend languages.
You just have to touch it, right?
What's that?
You just have to touch it, right?
Yeah, so it says I understand the literal any language I hear. I also understand any written language that I see, but I have to be touching the surface that it's on, so I have to borrow it. It
Sure.
takes me so that's why I had to just borrow for a quick second.
I'll let you. I like the way it feels. I'll let you touch it, but I'm not gonna.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
You
Okay. That works.
cast comprehend languages on the amulet, and as you pass your fingertips over it, almost like a ye olde Google Translate, as your fingertips roll across the etching of the runes, you realize this is an older form of Dwarvish.
Oh.
And as you begin to read,
Oh, that's so annoying. I know Gnomish, you fuck.
hey, I didn't write that one. It's Dwarvish. As
That's
you
so
roll your
funny.
fingertips across it, you begin to read, and you get the idea that this says, basically to the effect of amplifying the wearer's natural constitution.
Mm. I relay that.
Nifty. No wonder it feels good.
And you can definitely tell that this requires some sort of attunement.
Mechanically amplifying the natural, does that mean like, is it like a multiplicative bonus or is it an additive?
It is an additive bonus to the user's constitution.
Okay. Because I have 0, and so if it's like, like I wouldn't want to try to attune to it if it was,
It modifies the user's constitution.
I'm stacked out on magic items anyway, so would be nice, but I like the other things. Is there a way that you can attune to more than 3?
I think there is, but they're very, very rare. That generally that's a hard lock to put down on.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
I have very cool magic items, and so I am not going to attempt to attune to it. I will keep wearing it though, because it feels nice.
But yeah, to learn any more about it based on what you found, it would definitely take some sort of identification magic to fully understand what this is.
Yeah. Cool.
Or to attune to it. Okay.
I'll put it on without attempting to attune to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at this thing in the middle.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation or an Arcana check.
They're both the same. 0.
0. You have no fucking clue.
Oh, look at this.
It's a stone platform in the middle of a circle.
Cool. I walk back down. Oh god, my guy's fucking stupid.
There's a difference between the way I always explain intelligence and wisdom is your natural ability, like your 5 senses, and your ability to understand and use knowledge that you do have. And intelligence is just a lot of shit. Like, you know a lot of random shit, which makes a lot of sense because it's the basis of wizard and artificers, because they know a lot of things. Whether or not they can apply that smartly or for the better or worse of things is more so understanding and wisdom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it. Nothing cool here, guys.
Okay. I mean, we got stairs to go up, right? We saw.
Are
so
these
we can-
elevators on the side again?
I don't want to use one.
No,
elevator, man.
they look to be like where the platforms are, and they're more storage closets as you open some of
okay.
them. Yeah, they're full of God knows what. You're welcome to look deeper if you'd like.
Nah, it's fine.
But yeah, they seem to just be a mixture of random documents just at a glance, some scrolls here and there. Without a closer look, you don't really grasp if there's anything important.
With the magical encounters that we have had, would I be able to understand what this sigil on the ground might be? I don't think so.
Your basic understanding is... I mean, I'll allow you to make an Arcana check if you'd like, but it's going to be a pretty high one.
I got a 16, but...
16?
Yeah.
It's extremely hard to tell.
Yeah.
You can tell it definitely has some importance. It was carved into the ground, but without better knowledge of it, you don't really understand. You can tell it has some importance to this building, but what that is, you can't really tell.
I'm gonna bother Tim about it again. I like asking him magic questions. I think that's it. I feel like I would be once I ask him the question, get an answer, whatever, regardless of what it is. I would think it's time to move up the stairs. And
Up
I would
and up.
recommend everybody go. So unless I get like a really cool answer from Tim. How much time we have left, Spud?
Yeah, I was just checking that out. I think like not gonna lie, like maybe 10, 15.
Okay. As soon as Shiny gets back, we can... There we go.
Tim.
Yo.
I was looking at this thing, and it seems important, but I got no idea what's going on. I'm gesturing at the
Probably at the sigil.
the big sigil thing that's carved into the ground. Do you know what this is?
This thing.
Tim,
It
you
does
know
look
what
very
this
important.
is. No roll required. You've seen many of these now. This is a form of teleportation circle.
Teleportation.
Is this something I kind of use for myself? Back in the day.
In fact, you're very familiar with this teleportation circle.
I thought so. Okay.
The last time you saw it in person, you were not a Warforged.
Does it teleport stuff here, or does it teleport here somewhere else?
Tim, you would know this is when it was in working order, that this was most likely part of the Amethyst Academy's network of teleportation circles. And that it is not functioning right now because the Nexus is not functioning right now.
Basically a flu system from Harry Potter.
Basically.
Yeah. You know, I relay that. I am very familiar with this.
Teleporting nifty.
Familiar.
Does it work?
Not right now. It's broken. We would have to repair the Nexus for it to be operational again.
Okay, cool. You guys want to go up?
Yeah?
Might as well.
I don't see why not.
I'm closer to the left staircase, so I'm going to start walking this way,
Okay.
presuming the people will follow. No, I do not know. I'm not going to check.
You begin to head up the stairs towards the uppermost level of the inscrutable tower. A location presumably no one's been to since the catastrophe 15 years ago. And even as you begin to climb, you all begin to feel this charged energy in this location.
Hate that.
It is... Yes, it's more
Real
like...
time
It's a
evidence
similar
there that-
energy to what you felt when you were passing through the break point as you... Between the two halves of the tower. It is near infinitely chaotic as you pass up into this upper portion known as the Nexus, or the arcane nexus of the tower. Tim, you've seen bits and pieces of this location, as well as several others in other prominent establishments of the Amethyst Academy. They are the mechanical and arcane heart of these locations, as they serve a number of functions, namely establishing a network between these different locations. But as you head up the stairs, this is what you see. I actually have a little discussion for you. Give me just a moment. A little...
Oh.
I can find the page. The breach, that's what I was talking about. The separation between the two halves of the tower. A gigantic and incomprehensible arcane apparatus whirls, clicks, and hums upon an obsidian plinth at the center of this chamber. Revolving rings of brass, rotating golden plates embossed with diagrams of magical formula, whirling crystal lenses, spinning bronze rings etched with markings bearing out of movements of the planes, receptacles bearing lambent glass orbs of various colors and sizes, and delicate brass instruments orbit around a pulsing sphere of collecting energy. It glows with a strange prismatic light as it erratically convulses and emits spasmic arcs of arcane plasma that send shudders and shakes through the room. Surrounding the machine are 8 massive cushioned chairs held aloft by articulated bronze arms, levers, buttons, switches, and plates that glow with magical runes are built into the armrests. An array of telescoping apertures and lenses are affixed to the headrests, with jointed metal rods seated within each is a warped and barely recognizable lifeless body. The ceiling is a massive dome made from interlocking glass planes and organic shapes, each which gazes upon different alien skies, blooming lighting crackles above. The rest of the room is ringed with shelves holding jars of spell components and eldritch curiosities. In addition, in the center of this whirling chaos of the arcane, you see another lifeless form. A feminine form with large pointed ears that extend up. Well, I should say half of a feminine form, as the lower body seems to have been torn asunder. Much like the tower itself, the lower half is missing entirely. It is just the torso up of this feminine form wearing purplish robes of the academy. Suspended in this swirling chaos, and in their right hand, a beautiful polished staff with a purplish crystal embedded on the end of it. Floating aloft in this chaos, motionless, seemingly lifeless. But let me go ahead and bring you guys to the Arcane Nexus.
I think that's the staff.
Basically, the body that I
Oh, this
referred
looks
to
pretty
is
cool.
right in the middle here.
Ooh.
And then each one of these locations is the 8 sort of chairs that they're referring to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That looks sick.
Spooky stuff.
But seeing as how Spudley perhaps has to leave here shortly, I think that's probably a good stopping point for now. Go ahead.
I'm good with that.
Before we do it, can we just tell the crystal that's in the staff, is it a delirium crystal?
You get a strong suspicion it likely is.
Okay.
Is and has been this whole time, huh?
Everything comes back to delirium.
Because how long have these seals existed?
The Nexus, or are you talking about the seals of the city?
Seals of Drakenheim. The six seals of Drakenheim, right? Like if I'm seeing the staff, I would like Georgio would assume that is.
Give me
the
a
seal
history
for
check. Yeah.
That.
Give me a history check.
And so that's going to be not fantastic. History. Where are we? 2. So a 9.
9. They've been around as long as you can remember. The brief bits and pieces you remember from your studies growing up, that the small council of Drakenheim and the seals of Drakenheim have existed since as far back as you can remember.
Mm-hmm. So we got this weird.
Well before the fall of the
crystal.
meteor.
Yeah. The
Interesting.
implications of this.
It's just the Charlie Day meme at this point. Just fucking Giorgio's gonna be in the room the next day, fucking red lines all over the wall.
my investigator spirit. Literally,
Yeah, it's literally your background. But yeah, is there anything else you guys wanted to ask before we wrap up here for this evening? I know it was kind of a short session, but I don't want to hold Spudley any longer if he needs to take care of adult stuff.
Unfortunately. Yeah, no, I think like I was gonna ask pretty much the same question about the seals, but I wasn't sure if it was within our range of knowledge. But yeah, I think I wouldn't know any more. So yeah,
You're
I'm
welcome
not
to
gonna
give
lie,
me
I
a
don't
history
think
check if you want to.
Yeah, my history is worse, and I'm not from here, so I think I'm not gonna be the one to ask it. Yeah, so but I think that was.
You're welcome to try. It's up to you.
Shit. I think I'll just I'll act like I know what's going on. That's what I'm gonna.
All right.
That's the Chugrulk thing to do.
Well, we will pick that up next time with this strange arcane device and these various corpses left around the Nexus, as well as this floating elvish female individual holding seemingly what appears to be the staff of the inscrutable tower.
I'm excited about it too.
But
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I know. Billy's very excited.
But yeah, we'll wrap things up there. That was a ton of fun, guys.